Go ahead.
Yeah, with Shay out tonight, kind of she was out not too, I guess, not too late before game time. Kind of what was that team message from Coach Moore and then from you guys to kind of push past her injury against a really good USC squad?
Yeah, absolutely. We knew that they were going to look past us from the beginning, even with Shay. So without her, we definitely knew that they were going to take our team for granted and think that they have an easy win, an easy game. And I think we also knew that we had to step up. That's a big leader, a big player for our team. And so trying to get those shots, trying to, help on defense, do what we can to try to fill that void. Savannah, go ahead. Savannah, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Sorry. When you're without Shay and Z and three other people foul out of the game, what's it kind of like for you guys as players to try to navigate trying to win the game when it's so close like that?
Yeah, I think this is something that you continue to prepare for. Obviously, people get hurt throughout, the season. And it's something that like we need to step up. We know that we need to help out the team, we need to help out coach in whatever way we can, whether that's rebounding, whether that's defense, whether that's scoring. And you always need to be prepared. Especially as a freshman, just trying to do whatever I can, especially when we have big players go down like they have been. Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach Moore has talked this season kind of about how just kind of looking at the wins and losses isn't really the best thing to look at about this team and how you guys have improved over the season. You go on that 3 game win streak. Now you only lose by 6 to a good USC squad. Just kind of does that kind of breed confidence into this team that you guys are improving week after week going into the end of the regular season?
Yeah, for sure. I really believe that a lot of us know we can be any team we set our mind to, and we have spurts that show that. Obviously, it's a 4 quarter game, so we have to play all four of those quarters. I feel like we did good for the three, but kind of fell apart that fourth with rebounding and stuff. But I feel like we can be any team we set our mind to, and obviously, yeah, like Coach said, we don't look at the record. We just go off of game by game and win by win. Sean, do you have another question?
Yeah, and I just wanted to ask for you. You have 29 points. That's another career high. You scored 13 in the fourth quarter. Was there kind of a point for you that was just like, I need to go get a basket. I need to go help my team win?
Yeah, I think like I said, it's really just doing whatever I can to fill that void, especially with Shay down and Z down, and doing whatever my team needs me to do. And luckily I was on this game. My teammates were finding me, but I was also trying to let the game kind of come to me. So, seeing if my teammates had other shots, but definitely, like the competitiveness in me, like I just really wanted to do whatever I could to pull out that win for the girls. Anything else for Maya? All right, thanks, Maya. All right, everybody. Indiana head coach Terry Moore, and we'll start with an opening statement and then we'll take questions.
Well, we're disappointed. We feel like we let one slip away here tonight. And I'm really proud of our effort. Obviously, playing without Shay was not expected, but I loved the fight we had. You look at statistically, we only had 4 turnovers in the first half, 15 in the second. The 13 offensive rebounds they got, I felt like all of them were in the fourth. I know they were in the second half, but we just couldn't come up with a rebound there, in the fourth. And then we just, put them at the free throw line, 28 for 35. It's just too much, too many fouls. And, really proud of our effort. I thought it was there. And I thought, again, our kids are really disappointed. They know that they let one slip away, and, yeah, yeah. So that's it.
Questions for coach? Go ahead, raise your hand. Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, I kind of asked Maya the same question just a little bit ago, but you've talked this season kind of looking past the wins and losses and kind of just looking at how this team has improved over the season. So I kind of just want to ask you, just it's after going on that win streak, you kind of have that rough stretch in the Big Ten to start the season, then go on that win streak, only lose by 6 against a really good USC squad. So it's just what improvements have you seen out of this team and kind of has there been an improvement in confidence throughout everybody on this team?
Well, I mean, again, you're talking about a very young basketball team. And so I think all of them, it's taken them the time that we thought it was going to take, the things with sometimes, the outside world, they're not as patient as we have to be with these guys because we know that we just got to get them to zero in and focus in on the process and, not the outcome. And I've talked about that before. And so, I think it's a product of what we kind of expected to happen, and they grow up, and some of them have had to grow up really fast. But I think all the improvements have been, we could talk offensively with not having Z. I think Odessa has finally kind of come into her own there at the 5 spot for us. And has been someone that I think has done a really good job. I think Maya, obviously, she's had moments where it's like tonight, she shot the ball, she got her shots. Nevaeh, just playing, she's so fearless, and that's what I love about that kid. I thought Journey came in and obviously got the nod tonight to start, and the two of them playing fast the way they did. And I think we've talked about it. We're much better when we can get out and transition. And so, I think there's a lot of things. What I'm most proud is that this group has stuck together. And they've continued to come in every day and practice and have tried to get better. They've tried to do, trust me, it's they haven't been perfect, but they've tried to do some of the things we've asked them to do. And we've seen some of that pay off. And so this is why tonight kind of stings, because we did have games, the last 3 games where we were playing pretty good basketball against Purdue. I thought we did some really nice things, and so we came in here tonight with a lot of confidence. We just it was just unfortunate that we didn't have Shay, but give credit to all those other kids because they showed up in a big way tonight.
Chloe, go ahead.
Yeah, just with Shay rolling her ankle and shoot around this morning, do you know more about the scope of her injury or how long she'll be out, if at all?
Yeah, Chloe, I wouldn't have any details on that. I mean, she tried everything, to be able to go tonight. I'm hopeful that maybe another day or two, she'll be available on Sunday, but we'll see. It's just one of those freak things. Nobody was around her. It was 5-0. We were just, repping some of our stuff that we were planning on using tonight. And she just rolled it and was not available. So disappointing because I think again, give our kids a lot of credit, but she being in the game would have probably helped some.
Max, go ahead.
Coach, how do you think the team responded to the challenge of having to play without Shay tonight?
I thought it was great. Again, the turnovers got us in the second half. The rebounds got us in the second half. But, I mean, we played, we were, did some really good things in the first. I liked how we played fast in the second. We really wanted to come out of halftime and push the pace and play faster. I thought we did. And so, I thought that they made some adjustments, and our kids, they tried to do what we asked them to do. I liked their fight. I really did. I don't like the outcome. Neither does anybody in that locker room. I mean, we're not happy that we didn't win tonight. But I thought all of them stepped up, and that's what we told them. When one of your teammates is unavailable, then that means everybody else has to step up and do a little bit more. And I thought all of our kids, they answered the bell.
Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, and kind of away from the court with the expansion of the Big Ten. Last season, you go at Oregon, at Washington. This season, at USC, at UCLA. Does that kind of these later start times, the farther travel kind of affect this team, or how do you kind of change that kind of pregame or kind of the day to day as you guys are on these longer trips?
Right. Well, we came out 2 days early yesterday. We kept them pretty busy. We've tried like crazy to keep them up, and so they can get used to local time. Um, I don't know that it affected us. The thing I talked to them about, when we first got here was just watching some other teams that are on the East Coast that came out here to the West Coast to play a 10 o'clock game, and how I felt like they kind of were sleepwalking, throughout. And I said, I don't know what it's going to require for us to, walk in that gym, on Thursday night at 10 o'clock and have the energy level that we needed, have the pop, have all of it, and not be one of those teams that uses that as a reason why we can't be excited about competition and playing and at such a great team like USC. And so we didn't even really, I thought our kids were ready from the beginning. Never had to try to jumpstart them at all. I thought they were ready from the start. And so it's different, I don't know. We'll see. I think the noon start on Sunday with UCLA, that'll be, we need to get some rest here tonight and start preparing for them tomorrow. But give our kids credit, on all fronts. As far as how they showed up, but how they showed up ready to play a game. And didn't use the excuse as it being, this is too late of a game, even though I think they're young kids. They're up all the time, right? Late. So.
All right.